allow the two children to attend the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, see them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make we shout, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. This one not they off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, yo. Maiyegun don't come, yo. My people make you shout, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun diary.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary.
Bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary.
You are welcome to the Temple of Truth tonight again. Read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast as well. Share it. Then like the broadcast before you start engaging with it. Thank you.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣe o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun diary.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary.
Yes. Dun.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Thank you so much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
the Supreme Court of Injustice of Nigeria delivered their final judgment on some governorship elections, including Nassarawa. Nassarawa is that state where they rejected the Fulani sympathetic governor after the experience of ceaseless attacks from the marauders, invaders, as some will call them. Women have protested, youth have protested. They were pleading with the judicial bandits. Please, please, save us. These Fulanis are killing us. And the governor is sympathetic to them. They are telling us to leave our land and all that. So when election came, they spoke in one voice. But Nigeria INEC and judiciary.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun mami.
Àyẹ̀sọ́lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun mami.
Àyẹ̀sọ́lájú.
Who is Philip Chinaza? Abi Chinaza Philip.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is Maiyegun, the MOG, Maiyegun Overseer General of the Temple of Truth, live. And thank you so much for joining me once again. I am kind of partially happy that the type of searchlight that we have contributed, in beaming on the increasing kidnapping rates, especially in Abuja. So the criminals in Abuja, they have sort of feel like, oh yeah, we are now ready to fight insecurity. But, ladies and gentlemen, there is someone they called Chinaza Phillips that we are going to talk about tonight. They said Chinaza Phillips is the notorious kidnapper that has been kidnapping people in Abuja, but they caught him with rusty, locally made pistols. That then raised a lot of questions, which I'm going to raise tonight. But let's go to Nassarawa first. The Supreme Court of Injustice of Nigeria finally puts the final nail on the coffin of injustice meted out on the people of Nassarawa in 2023. They were one of those people who kind of put up a fight, right? After the charade called the 2023 selections, just like Kano. But the difference is that, they are not as politically powerful that could trigger any sort of a regional, chaos, political sort of chaos, like Kano. So, and Plateau. So they didn't give a damn about Nassarawa. That's the way I see it, oh, sure you get. Because the governor, who was going for second term, was rejected. Out of 10 or 11 local government areas, it was able to win in just about 3 local government areas. And the manufactured number, falsified figures, announced by INEC, was rectified by the tribunal and on announced Supreme Court. And that kind of triggered some protests that they have killed 2 people. There are some of the videos I can share with you. They are really not good. You get that now? Since they have managed to avoid the tension in Kano, the tension in Plateau, right? So Nassarawa is a small place. It could be contained. I bet they moved enough forces down to Nassarawa to contain them and accept what they rejected. It's one of those things, right? I'll show you. So the police started shooting at them. Okay, but this one is like tear gas, by the way. Arrested some of them, brutalized them, beat them up. A naked woman was shot live on camera in Lafia Jos Road. They had to block the road. Let me see if I still have that clip. I think it's this. Tear gas. When the children tear gas, they will sorrow. The major road has been blocked. And our great members. Sure, you get like, trying to get everybody to go home. Go home. Come back in 4 years and try it again. And the reason, like I told you, is because of the insecurity. Communities who have seen other communities ransacked by armed Fulani terrorists. When the opportunity presented itself, they went for the majority, which is actually the real indigenous people of that Nassarawa, not Fulanis, unfortunately. However, since state creation is that of the, what do you call it? Is to satisfy the political supremacy, the imaginary political supremacy of northern Nigeria. So all those states were created for a reason, and why they got everybody kind of like, divided, mixed up, and keep up with the war. So Supreme Court kind of said, well, middle finger. But their governor was on Chinaza television, I think it was this evening, after the old judgment, and he was talking about what probably got people that kind of riled up, because they know the danger they are going to be in. The Middle Beltans, they know what they have actually endured, survived in 8 years of Boko Haram's terror campaign. So if a chance is presented to them, they will use it, and they did use it. Well, like I said, the Supreme Court says. So the guy was talking on channels. So I kind of want him to talk more about the insecurity. And according to him, it was like, the people, if you ask the people, the same people that rejected him, he said, if you don't ask politicians, if you don't ask possibly our enemies, ask the people, they will tell you the efforts we have put in place to provide security for people to go back to their farms. That's not true. Do you understand? But if you are watching me from Nassarawa, this is what your governor said.
Your supporters, of course, was jubilating about your victory. Yes. Let's go to the issue of governance in Nassarawa State. Yes. Security is a major issue. There is an escalation of kidnapping and insecurity within the capitals, the nation's capital, Abuja, the FCT, and these, whatever concern the FCT, must concern Nassarawa State. Absolutely. Because there are a lot of the communities in Nassarawa State that are satellite towns to the FCT. A lot of people who are living in Nassarawa who work in Abuja. In this regard, I know that a few initiatives have been brought up. The Maiyegun, the Fulani community, there are vigilante groups that are now being put together to fight these. How are you dealing with that situation? Because a lot of people within the perimeter of your state, within the fringes and the satellite communities are worried.
Worried about what?
About insecurity. And the kidnapping.
No, you see, insecurity, you have to look at it from different perspectives. It's just like this bonfire that you showed me in front of one office, and then we say life here is on fire. So it's the same kind of scenario, where you talk about the insecurity. Look at life here, or look at Nassarawa State, okay? Before we came in, look at Nassarawa State today. Go to the real true farmers, not politicians. Ask them, have they improved? Have they been able to go to their farms now? Have they been able to do that? As a result of these efforts in security, today, Nassarawa State is #1 in the sesame production, sesame farming in the nation. Nassarawa State is #2 in yam production in the nation. Nassarawa State is #2 in cassava production in the nation. You know, if the insecurity is so bonfire, the way you are describing it, then all these people will not be able to go to farm. So what you read on the social media where people take pictures sometimes and show you what is happening in Afghanistan in that and say it is actually happening.
Are you saying that the insecurity situation is not real?
It is real, but it is not, it's highly exaggerated.
The kidnappings are exaggerated too?
No. There are kidnappings everywhere around Nigeria. There are kidnappings right here in Abuja.
But we're talking about few weeks ago, Governor,
yes,
which is escalating. The Minister of the FCT says that they are already handling and seeing those who are informants of these bandits who are invading or coming into the capital city. Right. So if they are coming into the capital city, and I'm asking a direct question that there's a nexus between whatever happens in the FCT and Nassarawa State, and as a governor, which some of these incidents that have happened in the past has bothered you because you know the closeness of your state and the FCT, and that's what I'm asking. In terms of proactiveness, what are you doing?
In terms of proactiveness, you will see that I met with the FCT minister. You will see that we met with the governors of the North Central. You will see that we met with the military officers. We met actually with Mr. President on the issue of this. Every now and then, we meet within the state, and we keep resolving these issues. Security is a responsibility of everyone. So therefore, just yesterday or 2 days ago, you have seen it's in Nassarawa State that the Fulani vigilante have formed and started also working in ensuring, because they know where and the route to go, you know, for this.
Nuisance, Lele. Nuisance.
I hope you are not trying to believe all the nonsense he said, though. That on the one hand, the report out there, right, is indeed that you know, the insecurity has sort of escalated. He agreed that, yeah, then he quickly jumped to, well, everywhere is not safe in Nigeria. They are kidnapping people everywhere, which is true, all right? Just to let you know that, okay, if they are doing it in Nassarawa, Nassarawa is not different. They are doing it in Abuja. They are kidnapping people everywhere. But the thing is that they have put together security enough, all right, to encourage food production, which is farming. That's all lies. You see the areas where, and it also says something about, you know, the Miyetti Allah's army that they put together, right? That they also know the route, which is their job is to identify which one is Fulani kidnapper or Fulani terrorist or any others, right? And if you notice, in the last 30 days, especially the last 30 days, yeah, count back 30 days, which is like before the festive period, then afterward, and the beginning of the year, and up till now, over 200 people have been kidnapped in Abuja alone. And outskirts of Abuja, which is the spillover to this same Nassarawa they are talking about. And all the victims, especially victims who have survived the ordeals, they all came back to give the similar story. They were kidnapped by Fulani terrorists. And their negotiators, the people that paid ransoms, we paid ransoms to Fulani terrorists, to those who were kidnapped inside their own homes. I mean, they said those who came to kidnap them, they are Fulani terrorists. And in the last, 30 days, everywhere, even though they are still trying to use bandits, people like us will tell it exactly how it is. And I think that is why they put 1 and 2 together. And they quickly gave you Chinaza, Phillips. When you hear Chinaza, what will come to your mind first? An Igbo man. Okay. Chinaza what? Phillips. That is not Igbo. But in the Nigeria political context, where people are already competing in the ethnic, Religious and Tribal Champions League, El Clasico of it, that would be a very good one to distract them. Let's tell them that the people that have been kidnapping people in Abuja, we have arrested their leader, and is Chinaza Phillips. I have seen a lot of people fighting themselves because of this. So now let's not defend what what we don't really know. We can ask questions, okay? You can ask questions. Listen to me. When it comes to criminality, with the level of poverty in Nigeria, there is no tribe or ethnic nationality that does not have them in abundance. So when you see, number one, the name Chinaza Phillips and being presented after the whole noise about the kidnappings, including the killing of those girls, Nahiba, as well as the Arios. So that sort of got the criminals who have probably just abandoned you to your fate to begin to act like, okay, let's kind of give them something. And like I said, don't jump at it when you hear something like Adebayo, or you hear something like Chinaza, and you want to jump there and defend because it sounded like Igbo, or is Yoruba, or it's Hausa. Do you know why a lot of people are so mad with the Fulanis in Nigeria today? I'll tell you. And why others are so mad with the Sharia North of today, I'll tell you. You see, when the terrorism started in Nigeria, about 12 years ago, then Goodluck Egbere Jolantan was the president. And for what we later come to know, it was politically sponsored to weaken him and make him look so weak enough that it could be toppled. And that's exactly what happened. But before he got toppled, at some point in his time, they were killing Boko Harams like flies. I'm not joking. They were picking them up here and there. They were standing trial for their crimes, terrorism truly, in Nigeria. But guess those who were not happy with that? The Sharia North. Despite the fact that their people are the victims of this terrorism, or should be their people that they should care for, they said Jonathan was using Boko Haram to reduce their population and then using the Nigeria military to decimate the innocent population. They defended Boko Haram. Yes. And that is why you will see some people today, they will be calling Northerners as part of their own slow words. You this Boko Haram, you this Boko Haram. There was no Fulani terrorists then. Then Boko Haram became president of Nigeria. And suddenly, we started seeing Fulani, supposed Fulani herdsmen with cows. We started seeing them on bikes with AK-47. And the news of them ransacking villages beyond northern Nigeria became the normal thing. Do you know what happened? Boko Haram Fulani defended them. And not only that those who were Fulanis in Nigeria, who are not carrying guns, oh, some of them are also suffering like you, who are not Fulani. Oh. They are suffering in the same economy with you. They now took it personal. While everyone is calling the Fulani terrorists, they took it personal by saying, call them bandits. Don't call them Fulani terrorists. Do you understand? And because of that, every action, every effort to tame these terrorists was defended by majority of the Fulanis that are not carrying guns or living in the bush. So this is why I am saying it to you now. That when you hear a Yoruba man or woman listed as a criminal, the most you can do is to ask questions. Don't jump there and begin to defend what you don't know until you know. Right? That is what will take us to this Chinaza. There are many questions you can ask. Who is Chinaza Phillips? How did Chinaza Phillips become the leader of the Fulani terrorists? And how come that Chinaza Phillips was arrested according to the Nigeria police without giving much details, right? He was arrested by the Kaduna police force. Nigeria police force, Kaduna. I think we all know the difference, you know what I mean, like between, the distance between Kaduna and Abuja anyway. So if this is the notorious kidnapper that is behind Abuja's increased insecurity, so how did they arrest him? How was he arrested? No details was given. No. I just believe that the kingpin of the kidnappings in Abuja that has kidnapped, or maybe one of them who happened to be one, let's even kind of give them this. Let's say this Chinaza Phillips, is not the leader of all of them, just one of them. Okay? I would expect an operation that arrested him with those rusty guns. To also possibly have some people that were rescued. I have seen videos of people rescued, at least as recent as that of yesterday, by the Nigerian military. So this is why I said, who is Chinaza? What is Chinaza's real crime? And why did the Nigerian police think it actually make any logical sense to release a press statement and say this guy is the king leader or kingpin of all the kidnappings in Abuja? Questions, because we can actually, before we start celebrating, because it calls for celebration on the side, to say, oh, without the tribal, religious, and ethnic Olympics that a lot of you are champions there, right? I am saying that should be a good news to the people of Abuja that now you can go to bed. You will never hear about a kidnapping in Abuja again. Can we take them on that? Again, like I said, just ask questions and leave the competitions, the religious and ethnic competitions, for those who are professionals in bigotry. Like they said, don't try to fight, to argue with fools. Because Baba, Foolish people are very, very incredible people. They're like some level of incredibility. Oh. They will drag you down to their level. They will now beat you with experience, except if you are foolish too. That could be like a proper, you know what I mean? But you don't really have to. Just ask questions. In this regard, a lot of people believe that, number one, there is no Igbo. For those who are like so happy to say, so it is these Igbo people that are kidnapping and all of that. All of you are doing the tribal and ethnic gymnastic with this, right? So I want to look at the part that can say, let's now take a look at the brighter side. If the leader of the kidnap ring, the kingpin of the kidnapping ring in Abuja has been caught, does that mean that we should not expect any kidnapping in or around Abuja, at least for now? I know the story will change again tomorrow. Just ask questions. They don't like it. Okay? One of the things they don't really like about the social media is the fact that you can actually sit down there and begin to see through some of the agendas that they push very well through their usual official sources. There you get. So if somebody is Chinaza, so let's say it's Chinaza, in Papa B, his family name is Phillips. No, an Igbo person will tell you, no, there's nothing like that around there. Or maybe if his name is Phillips and his papa is Chinaza, you know what I mean? That is also pretty much like dubious. A lot of people have started digging. And the Nigeria police that you know, I was expecting them to present a Chinaza somehow, and then maybe they can present all the other guns, apart from the ones they gave to the media. Because the leader of the kidnapping ring in Abuja, I don't think this kind of fit the profile. Whatever is done, right? They should just tell people it's real crime instead of popping him up this time, which is in itself a sign that they are not really interested in ending the terrorism, so to say. But talking about capacity, there is actually good news. Because, I mean, if I was in the shoes of these individuals, I'll probably not give a damn about what anybody think about the Nigerian military, what Maiyegun feels about the Nigerian soldiers. Because somehow, the freedom that they finally kind of got from their kidnappers can best be imagined. My own views. Now, talking about good news, where people were actually really rescued, and the terrorists, you know, the story is that they cannot go and rescue the kidnapped victims in Nigeria because the terrorists will kill them. And that is why they kind of say, don't pay ransom on TV, but behind the scene, now police go to negotiate the ransom with you, for you. But in this case, right, this one is good news, if you ask me. I wanted to show you this before I get to the military, okay? So you have a concept of the terrorists that are invading villages or invading estates and all of that. Do you know that the same Fulani terrorists just yesterday, they invaded the custom post in Kebbi, Nigerian immigration or something post in Kebbi, and they killed 2 officers yesterday. Yesterday evening, they attacked the military estate in Abuja, that same Abuja. They kidnapped 2 people. So for concept, for you to understand, for you to understand what those terrorists actually look like, and if that's your Chinaza fit into the profile, I will leave that to you, okay? Take a look at this. This is what the Fulani terrorists, this is what they look like. And this is how they are normally treated by the officials, the authorities in northern Nigeria. Look at them here, reporting some soldiers. to their superiors. You must have seen this before, right? I'm bringing it back. The terrorists that invade communities, invade estates, and shoot and all that, they don't carry Chinaza's gun. And I don't want to believe this is their leader anyway, sure you get. But this is what they look like when they are really going out. Just for a stroll. When they are not attacking, or they're just going out for a stroll.
Hello Sunusi. Da Allah ina son kana ji. Ka biyo bakin hanya duka ka gaya ma mutane cewa da Allah ga Fulani nan za su zo su wuce ba ruwan kowa da su. An yi magana ne yanzu za su zo wucewa kawai za su. Ka gane abu bakin hanyar nan kar wanda ya ce wani abu ga su nan wucewa kawai za su yi. Da Allah abi ga su nan za su taho yanzu da Allah abi a gaya ma mutane.
So, they said that in Igbo land, Chinaza is a feminine name, is a girl's name. Like I said, just ask question, okay? Whoever this guy is, whatever crime is committed, popping him up as the face of kidnapping in Abuja is not because they wanted to show that they are working. It is actually a tribal, ethnic agenda. You are shouting Fulani, 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 Fulani all this while. People are paying ransoms to Fulani, Fulani terrorists. What if they surprise you that their leader is Igbo, Chinaza, female, or a male in picture and all of that stuff? Sure you get. So don't defend anything, just ask questions. And a lot of you are probably laughing like, Maiyegun, this is the problem. You know, this ethnic, tribal, religious division, they are powered and weaponized by the people in authority. Because to them, that is what keeps them in power. If you can see through it, and not turn yourself to the puppets wearing gloves. Yoruba versus Igbo. Igbo versus, Christian versus Muslim, and doing all of that nonsense. They are just like your puppet master. If you pay attention, you will never be kind of controlled by them. Just ask questions. Where you're asking questions, somehow you begin to get the answers yourself. You don't need anybody to do that for you. Put the pieces together when they break the news. When everybody is going mad, pay attention to detail, because they won't give you. If they ever give you any detail, there lies everything you need to know of the fakeness and the bogusness of it. But since a lot of people are just reactionary, when they come on MaiyegunsDiary, Politico, they start acting surprised. I didn't think that one. Oh, of course you didn't think, because you probably let others think for you. And that is why today you are a tribal champion. Anybody that says anything about Igbo people like this, I'm going to fight them like anything. It's fire for fire now. Anybody that try anything with the Yorubas and all of that stuff, ethnic champion. Well done, sir. So here is where, like I said, where they actually really rescue people. That you could easily say, kudos to you, these soldiers. We know normally before the Nigeria military got infiltrated, compromised, sure you get, there is capacity. You have the number, and if the motivation is there, all these ragtag criminals, they will be gone within weeks. It is possible, but we all know that the command and the whatever, once the command says don't move, you have to wait for order. Order from above says don't do anything. You can be going on on your patrol as a soldier, your military convoy, going on patrol, and you see the Fulani terrorists with all their guns. You see the Boko Haram with all of their own rockets and everything. And then you'll be like, you have been ordered not to engage with them. Don't engage them. Just keep going. Yes, Nigerian military's memo, Nigerian soldiers' memo, where it was like, listen, here you guys. So, but in places where they are allowed to kind of do it in a way, right? Of course, there will be casualties, but in some cases there will be none. And if there will be any casualties, it will be the criminals, the terrorists themselves. So in this case, like I said, right, if you are in their shoes, right, you are never going to possibly join Maiyegun whenever Maiyegun is batching the corrupt, compromised Nigeria military. But in this one, no, they did it.
Mona follow you direct. You are the custom officer. Okay, what's your name? Isaac. Okay. My ID card, they go. Just go.
That was like so fast, right? I think it's longer than that. Right. Now let's kind of go back onto it quickly. Sorry.
Mona follow you direct. You are the custom officer. Okay, what's your name? Isaac. Okay. My ID card, they go. Just go. They are safe. Okay. But sir, this thing. You see, okay, is there anybody? Yes.
Custom officer kidnapped. I told you that the situation has gotten to a stage whereby nobody is safe from being kidnapped, not even your politicians. I mean, they should be worried, shouldn't they? Like, they are living like prisoners. Do you not think your criminal politicians are living like prisoners? They believe that something is going to happen to them. Something is coming for them. Someone is coming for them. Something is, going to happen to them. And because of that, they assigned the Nigerian policemen to themselves. They even assigned DSS to themselves. Security everywhere. Bulletproof car. They bought themselves bulletproof cars. They still have convoy of security men with powerful machine guns. And yet, they still refuse to do the right thing. Nobody is safe. Who said that on this platform that Iyaje was running away from kidnappers? Iyaje is a witch. Everyone tried to run away from a witch. You know that. But when situation gets to a stage whereby the witch is running away from kidnappers, but you should know then that something is wrong. When vigilante are rescuing inspector of police from kidnappers, you know these things have gone wrong. When police stations close at 4 p.m. in the evening, 4 p.m. for security reasons, do you know those things have gone wrong? When the old king, crowned king, Obalade, second to the gods, can be kidnapped, killed, or pay ransom before he can regain his freedom, do you not know that things have gone totally like, So if those who are there, who knows that anyone can be kidnapped at any time, even in your bedroom, it doesn't matter anymore, shouldn't they be doing the right thing? Like, if I was there and I have the power to do the right thing, I would do the right thing, because since I may be protected, what about my family? What about my extended family? What about others? In a country that you are mismanaging, you are mismanaging the lives of the people. And you are playing politics, tribal, divisive politics. And to those of you who are still very young, this man don't die now. 1997, 1998, 2008, 2018, and then that's 26 years. This man don't die. If you think all of this systemic, tribal, ethnic, religious, divisive narratives and all of that started yesterday or started 8 years ago, Baba, and because say you are maybe Gen Z, this man don't die now. is the ancestor of Nigerians. He had this to say. Then he was like, he had a future, he had a vision that for Nigeria to work, people must shun politics of ethnicity, politics of tribalism, politics of religion, politics of enmity. Or more enmity where people gain power to then punish the people they consider as their enemies. Some got power and punished the people because of their religion. Some punished them because of where they came from. About 26 years or 1995, 2005, 2015, 2025. So this is 2024. 29 years ago, ladies and gentlemen.
To ensure that some of these incidents are avoided. But at the same time, the transition program are the politicians themselves. We'll have to play politics the way it is, not politics of animosity, not politics of religious or ethnic, sentiments or anything, no matter how devastating to the unity and stability of the nation. Once it favors that individual politician, he is ready to exploit it at the expense and at the cost of the unity or stability of the nation. So what we have done is clear, it's simple, it's straightforward, and it's step by step. But I tell you, we know we are all Nigerians. The politicians themselves, it's a big challenge on them. They need a change of attitude, a change of mind for them to come and play responsible politics. And that's why even as far as rotation is concerned, as far as power sharing is concerned, which is the main issue in the politics of this country, we took the pain to go into detail and divide this nation into 6. So the question of majority, the question of minority is absolutely immaterial. It's question of quality. It's question of the individual Nigerian who possesses the right leadership, who possesses the right quality. That is the issue. So the question of marginalization is completely out of it, is absolutely addressed. So there is no section of this country that will claim to be marginalized as far as the present system is concerned. So the issue of marginalization is out. The issue of sharing or involvement in power in this nation is out. And all these things, we took upon account of our past experiences as far as the political evolution of this nation is concerned. And we believe and we pray what we have done is something which is enduring, which will reinforce the peace, the stability, the unity and the understanding of this nation, and which will form the basis of a stronger, a sounder, democratic.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Abacha. I didn't play his video for you to become nostalgic, because Nigeria has gone so worse that people don't admire Abacha. Can you imagine that? Hi. They're going to tell you, say, Nigeria used to be good. Who told you that? You see that man who is talking about unity, about marginalization, no politics of animosity, no politics of the politicians. You know what he do? This is no longer there. He wrote a constitution in 1995. And that constitution was that it would be the sole president for all political parties. He was going to transition to a civilian. But guess what he did, right? Abacha ensured that all of those politicians he mentioned who are into ethnicity, into tribalism, into this animosity and that, into taking advantage when they are given opportunities to lead, to corner everything for themselves, and all of that. Abacha killed those he would kill. He jailed those he would jail. And he exiled those he would exile. Some of them ran away. Some people they gone missing. Their family members, they buried their coffin filled with banana stem. Sure, you know igi ogede, banana tree, banana tree. Because they couldn't find their bodies, they couldn't see them. When this man died, I'm gonna before he died. So nobody could challenge him anymore. It was all in all. Nigerians suffer. They saw a lorry. It was the moment Nigerians were so poor, they were using sawdust in place of cooking gas or stove. You understand? People were trading sawdust. I'm trying to tell you my history, by the way, so that you can know that I was a victim of Abachas too. I was so good with that Abacha stove. I started making them for other poor people in Odogbolu. I became a young man, a young boy. Yeah, I was entrepreneurial, kind of, right? So I was selling sawdust. Schools were always short, strike every now and then. If doctors are not striking, lawyers go strike, schools or teachers go strike. Everybody, it was like, life was like, you know what I mean? Like, just take them as you get them. It became the central bank. It also became the foreign reserve of Nigeria, because Nigeria was kind of banned here and there, right? Like, a pariah state. Yeah? It was all in all, though. That is why after 2020, what? How many years Abacha don't die now? 2000 and he died in 1998, Abi. 1998 to now, that's going to be like 26 years, I think, right? 26 years. They are still finding his money, the money that helped Nigeria banked then. Here you get. I'm not joking, like, that's Abacha. But he knew the intention of the criminals who are shouting democracy, democracy. Now, Nigeria has been practicing, Nigeria turned to democracy 2 years after, few months after Abacha died. Abacha died in 98. Nigeria became, so Abacha died in 97, rather. Nigeria transitioned to democracy in 1999. Just about 1.5 years or thereabout. 24 years after that. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. So today, people just go back and say, despite Abacha, the Nigerian Naira was stable. And how did that go with you? Ask your parents, ask your people who are older than you. They will tell you, nobody ever really had any good time about Nigeria, other than those who were like, those ones were during independence. Those ones that they give full chicken for school. They give them egg, give them food. They were eating better. And that's the only thing they can tell you about what they felt like they enjoyed as Nigerians. That make them feel like, yeah, I'm a Nigerian. So since then, it has become a downward spiral. And APC, Egbekegbe can't happen to Nigeria. Here we are. Where people are occupying public position, public office, have completely lost what you can call empathy, human empathy, human sympathy, like something that makes you human and a leader. They don't have it. And one of the disappointments of the century is Soludo or Soludolu. Soludo is the former central bank governor of Nigeria. He had this stellar record, that he consolidated. I've been a reconsolidation, consolidation. He shall consolidated and recapitalized the Nigerian banks. Nigerian banks, then, if you had just maybe 100 million or 200 million, you can own a bank. Your balance, your entire whole capital, your entire asset may not even be more than 1.2 billion. And you are a bank holding other people's money. And you could go bust anytime. It was Soludo at the time under Obasanjo, recapitalizing banks, reselling some of them, merging banks together, and said, before you can be considered a bank owner or a bank in Nigeria, you must have a capital base, your money, capital base of 25 billion before you add other people's money to your bank. He started it. And it kind of, it kind of worked. It kind of saved a lot of people, saved millions of people from financial ruins, especially when the economic, you remember that global financial crisis? That one that Obama came in, I think it was around the 2000 and I think it was 2006, 2007 and all that, right? So that kind of helped. That's what I wanted to say, okay? So they now said Soludo can turn Anambra to Japan. He actually said, they didn't say he could, right? He said he would turn Anambra to Japan of Africa. And people believed him. Solution. Baba, it's been almost 4 years now. Baba is one of the embarrassing disappointment of the century, this 21st century. And I'm not even exaggerating. People are so mad with him enough that people are so disappointed. I've shared few of his projects here, and few things is kind of also sort of wasted his time pushing. I just never thought that one day somebody would tell me, Maiyegun, describe Agbero. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Agbero. Agbero can be defined as the state non-actor that is legalized to extort people, and everybody just have to accept. I say, okay, examples. If you come to Lagos, if you come to, say, have you seen Anambra Agberos before? I was like, oh, okay. Like Mutopa Kagbero. No. Confirm Agbero, junction to junction, collecting their own taxes and the rest of that. And it's been the tradition in Anambra for a while. Really? They are very, very dangerous too. I was like, to be sincere, I have seen Agbero use his mouth than use his hands. Agbero is somebody who is kind of, calling people into the moving transport or public transport. Then he gets paid by the conductor of that bus. Here you get. So, area boys, as they call them, is another set of non-state actors, right? Who are entitled to be paid some taxes, local taxes, by traders, by, project managers in their area. Like if you want to construct anything, like even if you feel like the community road is so bad, government is not doing anything about it, and you are rich enough to kind of pay for the construction, you will need to pay them. These are the problems. These are the things that people thought that will completely be gone once the solution become their governor. How would you think a former central bank governor feel about Agberos? Of course, it's never going to be tolerant of them, right? They said they were building a payment system whereby everyone who is paying taxes to Anambra state government can actually just pay directly on the app or online. You don't give money to Agberos. Government makes more money that way. The money goes straight to them. But somehow, Soludo, from solution to Soludol, or Soludom, thinks otherwise. These guys are useful. Why should I replace them? In one of their outings that gone viral, right? This one, they were trying to punish traders who have not paid the taxes they expect of them. But they tried to change the story to they were trading on the side of the road. I don't know which one you see it as. Okay, a crime is committed, and therefore the law want to take its course. And now Agbero, they carry out the execution of that law, and this is how it's done.
Oh, I carry that thing come out. Carry that phone come out. Carry that phone.
So, I mean, a little bit of empathy. These guys are animals, and we are doing our job. People are very stubborn. Of course, Nigerians are stubborn, right? But there should be some level of orientation for public officials. I mean, I don't know if it's also all right for public official to carry cutlass. Did you see that cutlass, that machete? Did you see it? Omo in Anambra, if they say pay, you know pay, they go machete you. And you go, they see I'm working for Anambra state government. So this lady, that actually happened in her constituency, decided to speak out. She's House of Rep members, right? One of the LUP products. A reaction.
Afambu Professor Lillian Obi Orogu, member representing Awka North and South Federal Constituency. Last night, I was inundated with calls that dragged my attention to the video that has gone viral, where the goods of our people were not only destroyed, but burned by the boys of Awka Capital Territory Development Authority under the supervision of their MD, O.C. Onuko, who was directed by his leader, the governor of Anambra State, His Excellency, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo. I watched that video with utter dismay. My heart broke when I saw a woman struggling with her last life, her last breath, to rescue her goods. I am a law-abiding citizen. I believe in maintaining law and order. In cases like this, it is expected that we don't go to the extreme, because the law is made for the man and not man for the law. There should be a human face when we want to implement laws. It is extreme to burn the goods of our people. When they break the law, especially this kind of law, there should be option of fine. And we shouldn't take laws into our hands. You cannot fight lawlessness by being lawless. It cannot be seen as wanting to uphold the law by being lawless. So what is the difference between the two parties? We can use the option of mobile court. I am not supporting any form of...
I know. You know what? I'm actually going to let her finish.
I am not supporting any form of breakdown of law and order. This video breaks my heart. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are suffering. The economy is too harsh. People are suffering. To burn the goods, what do we achieve by that? To what end? To what means? We should have a human face when we're doing these things. And I wept last night. I closed my eyes to sleep. I was taunted by the video where the woman was struggling to rescue her goods. And I saw tears dropping from my eyes. That is a woman struggling to raise her kids. Let me tell you the implication of this act. These children of this woman and all the people involved in this action, all the victims, you harden them. You begin to breed criminals and prostitutes in our society. Where is the option of building markets? Even if it's a mini market, I relocate them to that. Since they have stubbornly refused to leave that place. That is why we are elected. Build a small market, build something, relocate them, and then be able to barricade that place so that they don't come there to trade again. This action is condemnable. This action is barbaric, and I am so unhappy about it. If there's nobody that will speak, I will speak, because these are my constituents. I have been voted to speak for them. If anybody expects that I will not speak, then this person is making a huge mistake. I did not speak when it came to the GEO. These same people were the people that carried that act, that barbaric act, where they beat up the driver of the GEO. I didn't speak. At Amobia Junction, at the Express, somebody's gas plant was demolished. This man paid for that gas plant. I'm not supporting.
I mean, there are more. And it's pretty much like what I said too. Like, there should be human face. But because the real intention is not, you know, they don't care. You know, like, yes, Nigeria is out there. So you break the law. This is our judgment. Boom. Ordinarily, because people are already poor, right? They can't really go to anywhere and say they want to go to court for your restitution or something. Here you get. There are few who went to court, so when the government takes some of this kind of a drastic action against them, somehow, like she said, there should be fines. You know, burning their goods actually did what? It makes them poorer. Right? That is how they run that place. And then everybody becomes the victims of kidnappers, murderers, human traffickers, the children of those that Nigeria's policies and actions and their inactions have destroyed their livelihood, ended up what? They ended up as people whose children would have to kind of be hardened up early in life to fend for themselves, and they would have to, like, you know, they say if the poor no get anything to eat again, they go begin to eat the rich before they reach the rich. Before they reach the rich or the rich people to eat them, they go first they eat those who are closer to them. Yesterday, from Ekiti to Ondo, travelers in 2 different vehicles, they were attacked. They were attacked though by Fulani terrorists. And before Amotekun could get there, once he walked by, they took them into the forest. This was yesterday in Ondo State.
Ìjà méjì gan ni. Ìbọn lélẹ̀ tí àwọn bọ̀ wá. Ó fà mí ìyá báyìí. Ó tún wá mú báyìí. Ìyá báàgì tó dé síta. Àdéhùn òdìdí ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàrà kí wọ́n láì. Ó wàrà báàgì. Ó gbé síta níyìn. Oníkẹ́ ló wà. Ẹ̀yẹ sílẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ sábà báàgì yẹn náà wá báàgì tí gẹ̀rẹ́ náà gbé. Ẹ̀wàrà báàgì. Àwọn ṣe yáyẹ́ mọ́ yàrá.
So the place is actually called, they said it's between Ikere Ekiti and then Iju in Ondo State. The travelers on that, what do you call it, on that untarred road, the number of them kidnapped are yet to be ascertained, because those who came, those who gathered that you saw there, they were the first responders instead of the police. They are the, like, other travelers who just saw that, and you saw the gunshots and all of that. We are not safe. Nobody is safe anywhere, like I told you. Okay? And everybody can tell. All right? Whenever they report, they report the incident of a kidnapping in any part of Nigeria, you can tell those behind it. It is not far-fetched. 80 to 85% of that are Fulani terrorists. Say it, Fulani terrorists. And this is not like trying to kind of mud the water. The water is already muddy. If you go to Edo State, those who have survived them and they are still battling with them today will tell you the same thing. But that doesn't mean that there are no other wannabes, kidnappers, and all of that too. Sure you get. For example, in Owerri or in Imo State, the people around there, they were so happy when their own Igwe was released alive. Even the Igwe, who didn't believe that he would come out alive, fall down in front of his palace or in front of his house and be like, God, so I will still see this place. Nobody is safe, I told you.
The king is back! 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 Welcome back! Welcome back! Welcome back, our king! Welcome back! One another! Welcome back, my king! 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 You are blessed! You are blessed! You are a blessed man! You are a blessed man! You are a hero! You are a hero, my king! 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 Welcome back! Welcome back, my king! Welcome back, my king! You are indeed a hero! Excuse. Welcome back, my king! Welcome back, my king! Leave me. You are a hero! You are a hero, my king! Welcome back, 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 my king! Welcome back! Welcome back, my king! Welcome back, my king! Welcome back, my king! Welcome back, my king! You are a hero. You are a hero, my man. 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 Nothing will happen to you. Nothing will happen to you, my king. You are a man, my king. Welcome back. Welcome back, my king. The king is back.
What are we do today? Today, I will lift up my voice in space. Oh, yeah, what I know, you are always there for me. Yeah. Oh, my God, you are my only Lord. Forever when they say, what are we?
What shall we do today? That's a whole king. Director Scott was like, oh, but if they feel kidnap a whole king, it's finished. Baba, come on now. You've been on MaiyegundsDiary Politico for a while. At least if you have to kind of remember, at least these terrorists they have kidnapped more than 20 kings that I have reported on this platform since this operation started. Kings. In Yoruba land, they have kidnapped more than 6 kings since this Robodion started. Obalade, Oriade trek nínú Igbo. In northern Nigeria, in the middle belt part of Nigeria, go and check some community leaders, kings of places that they have kidnapped. Some of them paid ransom and they came back. Go to Kaduna, Adara, the one that is from southern Kaduna. They kidnapped him. I told you the whole story now. So, King Gike, people where they kidnap men of God. a whole bishop. So King, like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody is a game. Everyone is a game. Even me, I'm a game to them. So if I want to be in Nigeria now, right? So I will have to go and get Mopo. Here you get. Meanwhile, that Mopo, himself get family for household. He is not somebody made of metal or iron. No. So if he hear the sound of the gun, now then you go know say Mopo no go won't die because you won't pay him 50,000 for guiding you. I'm serious. If then kill Mopo where they protect you, now surprise so. I'm telling you. Some of them will drop the gun around and say, Oga, enter this bush. We are follow us. I had to tell you. So when you pay them that money, it's just to give your brain the satisfaction that at least some people are with you in case of anything. Sure, you understand now. So anyway, don't be surprised, but that hype man, what's they worry you, bro? My king. You are a hero, my king. You are a hero, my king. What do you mean by that? Like, which level now? Which hero of what? My king, nothing will happen to you. Papa, something just happened to him. And you probably couldn't do anything to stop them when they came for him. I mean, it's annoying, right? Somebody said, which one is all this unnecessary hyping? Which one is your hero, your this? Like, you could use other things. I know. You know, we are, all of us today, I mean, these days, right? We are very, very sensitive people now. People are very sensitive. You have to be very kind of, you know what I mean? Like, so that it's not what you said. It is the way you said it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not such an expert in, you know, I'm doing my best to, I'm doing my best to make sure that what I say, will not make you emotionally attacked. You know what I mean? Like you came as somebody who is violent. I say, why? It's not what you are saying, it's the way you are saying it. I'm talking about criminals who don't give a damn about us. I know. But it's the way you came very violent. You know, you need to kind of soften it down. That's really emotional lago. Anyway, just being sensitive. The world is very sensitive these days, right? So the hype man and all of that hyping is really, really unnecessary. But you have no idea what they have been through. The whole community, his own family, and loved ones. Maybe you even don't have a clue how much it costs them for them to see him again. You get? Somebody said that every time they look at their bank balance, they sort of suddenly have high blood pressure. That could be an emergency. You know, a lot of you have allergy for fruits. Some of you have allergy for some certain foods, right? Allergies that can put you in an emergency state and be like, you know, nuts and all of that stuff, right? So I've seen people who have told me that they have allergy for checking their bank balance because it shuts up their high blood pressure. You know, that kind of allergy of sorry, somebody just sort of distracted me there with this Chinese Sefer. What it is? Frank Sefer, I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much. Take life easy. Make all of us take them easy. So you have no idea what it cost them, and their reactions, right, may actually kind of equate what they have been through. You know what I mean? So honestly, I'm not going to really judge, okay? But the point I actually wanted to make out there is that anybody can be kidnapped. And it is just to show the failure of leadership in Nigeria. The failure of those whose primary responsibility is to keep you safe. But they will play politics with it, then corruption will do the rest. Oh, no, sorry. Corruption will take the most, and then politics of tribe, religion, and the rest of that will do the rest for them. And you and I can begin to argue about who was right and who was wrong and all that nonsense, okay? While our lives are being used as games. You know? I mean, I saw this guy just this is like me on the other side now, right? I saw that you know, we usually have a thing for people who sort of love to use the benevolence of God wrongly. Now, this might sound religious, okay, but there is a teaching in it. There's somewhere I'm taking you, okay, and please follow, right? So, for example, right, you go to church, and then Mama Emekus, it is testimony time. Testimony time, offering time. I mean, is that the same offering time? I don't know anyway, sharp, but testimony time. So during testimony, then you see Mama Emekus start with song, you know, praise God for me and the rest of that. And the miracle is that God has been so merciful. There's something happened on their way back from where they went to purchase market, and an accident happened. Out of 5 people in the trailer, including the driver, only Mama Emekus survived. Okay? And they will say, praise God. And everybody will say, hallelujah. Thank God for you. And it's going to be like, okay, what happened to those other people who died? Does that mean that God didn't like them? I don't know. Like, I'm one of those who kind of believe that the benevolence of God is being misapplied so wrongly. And it is so wrong because it makes people so selfish. Have you ever felt like that? Like, come on, that's a tragedy for some certain people. You get what I mean? Like some certain testimonies are like, you can just keep it short. Like, oh, I had an accident and I'm so happy, I'm so grateful that I'm here today. And I know there is family that is currently mourning and like the tragedy of the people who died. I just want to thank God for giving me the grace, like something like that, to say, for giving me the grace to be here alive today, right? And I want to believe that it's an opportunity, like a second chance God has given to me, and I want to be grateful for that. But no. The way our people will put it is like, out of those things that those tragedies happen to, or in our market, the market was on fire. Hey, millions and billions of naira burning. And I started praying to God. I said, God, I want you to protect my shop. And now only my shop no burn out of all of the entire shop. And I know, say now God say, you know, that kind of thing. A lot of you do it, unconsciously, but it is selfish. I mean, in cases of tragedies, there are ways you have to kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so grateful to God. This would have been, I mean, I really, really feel I sympathize with others, you know, present it in a way to show that you are not celebrating the fact that God killed some people and is keeping you alive. Or some people are poor. Heavenly Father, my thanksgiving today is to thank God. God has been so merciful to my family. I know, even on my street alone, I know children, poor children, who cannot go to school. They don't look well fed. Some of them have no clothing. But God has been so merciful to my family. We eat everything we want. My children wear whatever they like. My husband has been promoted many times this year alone. We go abroad for shopping and all that. I just want to say thank you to God for being good to my family. Come on, that's something. I told you, we are now living in a sensitive world. Be sensitive, come on. Don't thank God that He made some people who you just described and you are fine, like, you know. I'm just saying that misapplication. I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's not good to be thankful, okay? Because the life of Christians is pretty much about thankful anyway. Sure, you get. When they born, Thanksgiving. When the child is about to be named, Thanksgiving. When the child is going to start the first, take the first step, Thanksgiving. When the child clock a year, happy birthday, Thanksgiving. When the child starts his first kindergarten and all that, Christians, Thanksgiving. And when the child is graduating, more Thanksgiving. Then when the child is getting married, another Thanksgiving. God is so, look at that child of yesterday. Oh, she's getting married. God is being so, thank you, God. Thanksgiving. When they fall sick, Thanksgiving. They will tell you, Bible said, in everything, we should be thanking God. Thanksgiving. They are always very thankful. So that is why I am not trying to kind of put you on the spot and make it look like it's not good to be thankful. Okay? But it's like the way you kind of personalize it in a way that it looks like some people die or some people lost everything. But you, God is so good to you this year. Somebody will say, God is not good to in that church that year. They can't give them the consolation. At least you are still alive. Are you the owner of your life? Baba, which life, which useless life are you talking about? Stop making me feel like being alive is something that, and be poor and be like, living that way is something I should be so grateful for. And it is because God wanted me that way. One of these days, God can help you too. Just be, you know what I mean? Like, just like, don't personalize it. I mean, tragedy of other people per se. Not even material things now. Forget about material things. The tragedy of other people. So they now said that Baba Gio, my supposed colleague in the Lord, Baba Adeboye, decided to pray for the brethren in the church. People like say they don't share the prayer before they realize that which kind of prayer be this? In this life, we be say any small thing now, people know they take it easy with you. Baba Gio. But share the prayer with you. You go say amen to this, Abi, because a lot of you will be saying amen. God, I want you to bless me, my family. I want to be the richest in my family. I want to be the one that everybody come to in my family. I want you to make me the head of the family, God. Lord, this year, I want my family to hear my name and be proud that I'm the one who brought the pride. You know, people pray to, they say everybody in the family should come to him. Why do you want everybody in the family to come to you? Why? Do you even understand that responsibility? Responsibility that they say everybody will get problem, meaning they come to you. Because blessing of God will make you to be. You know what I mean? Like, people pray for that too. Why not pray for everybody to be fine and be blessed? They don't have to come to you. What about that? But I know that some of you will be shouting amen, amen. They deleted this video just after 5 minutes of uploading it. And I don't know why they deleted it. Have you seen it?
For this time next year, your colleagues will be coming to you for food. They'll be coming to you for refreshment. You know, in every family, there is somebody they call the go-to person. Somebody you go to when you have a problem. Somebody you go to when you have a need. I decree that in your family, you'll be the go-to person.
Hi. Why do you want to be the go-to person? Nigeria problem everywhere. Maiyegun do giveaway. Maiyegun do giveaway. Person will be somebody, papa, on social media. Because this criminal destroyed Nigeria and turned you to social media, online alimajiri. It's not good. Now, why do I want to be the person everybody come to? Why do you have to come to me? If the country is fine, what kind of prayer is that? Today, now, people, they change their number because they don't want people to come to them. All of you don't want that prayer anymore. No. Ain't nobody don't come to me. I beg go. Everybody bear your own papa name. I'm your cousin. I know you are my cousin. I beg. Don't come to me. Don't text me. Please. Today, Nigeria has gotten to a stage whereby people you were praying to, I don't know. Like, Nigeria is so funny. It's a funny place. So you don't understand. Pastor will say, make you pray to become the person that everybody will come and beg from, so that they will make you poor too. Why should everybody come and take everything from you, where you can use the same resources to better yourself and better your life enough, and even better the society? They can make their own legitimate resources and better the society as well in a functional country. But you see, the Nigerians themselves, Baba, you don't understand. They themselves have their own prayers. About God. I beg, help my help out. Which kind of prayer is that? Because an average Nigerian knows that except God sent somebody to them to come and help them, Baba, you are on your own. They know it. Like, I don't know, psychologically, like people just know that. So in their prayers, they will tell God, Baba God, please help my helper, so that they can help me. That's some tricky prayers. You don't understand? That's some kind of a dodgy prayer. You know? And then they say, God will make you the person that everybody will come to this year. By this time next year, you will become everybody. You will become the person that everybody come to in your family. Amen. Do you understand the responsibility? I used to send just 30,000 naira to Nigeria. I was like a responsible daddy. I'm serious. True story. Once I sent 100 pounds, 25,000 naira. They will take their monthly allowance. I go even still do more boy. Let me send 5,000 naira to Sokudalaye, my friend. Sokudalaye will receive a lot of 5,000. That one go they pray for me. Sometimes when I send there like 200 pounds, 50,000. Before your naira turn to trash you. But as more people know, say, I know they will do again. As then they see my photo on social media. And I don't want to disappoint them. Here you get, I don't want to disappoint my friends. I'm talking about 12 years ago. Maiyegun brother, a long time. How are you? Baba, if I mistakenly say, Baba, Naija now, everything. Baba, you know Naija now, I know easy, everything everywhere is you know, God has blessed you now. You don't do UK, your own done better, Baba. Shall no forget also. You know, say, we dey pray for you. Maiyegun, brother, I dey pray for you now. Because I tell God, say, Baba, Maiyegun, my brother, my friend, is in UK. What it does for Maiyegun, go better for me too. God help Maiyegun so that Maiyegun can help me. So for me to show to them that God has been kind too, I started going into debt. I dey borrow money to give to people because you see, maybe somewhere when I was in Nigeria, they don't do that same prayer. Say, you will become the head that everybody will come to. I don't go shout amen. Stupidly. Amen. Did you ever grab your head and grab your stomach and use the loudest of your voice and scream so that the angels in heaven can hear? You will become everybody comes to. Amen. And the sweat. I think I remembered. You remember I was once a brother in Four Square. Oh, I told you, come on. Have you forgotten? Right, I was brother Shola. Yes, now I was once born again. Then I now kind of born again. But some of those people are now saying I was born again, then I turned to born against. It doesn't really matter. They don't call me brother Shola before. I must have said amen. Because that's the only reason I can give. Because I don't know how I ended up in debt for about 4 years of my stay in the UK. Early stage. I did borrow money to give to people in Nigeria. Hello? Yalaje. Hello, the exchange rates. How much is the exchange rate today? It is now 280. It is now 300 naira. Okay. How much is if you had to help me do 300 pounds? I'll give you at the end of the month. Is that okay? No, it's all right. Don't worry. Why? But I don't get 300 pounds. So I won't give it at the end of the month. Oh. I go count the scrap everywhere. Because I didn't want to disappoint them. And I didn't want to disappoint God. Baba, from my own experience, right? That is a stupid prayer. The real prayer should be, by this time next year, all of your black taxes, the ones that have been limiting your growth, the one that has made you to not to become a millionaire, the ones that have taken the responsibility, generational responsibility upon you, the criminals who made it impossible for you to grow so that you can begin to take care of other people who are the victims of the ruin system. By this time next year, all of them would have come out of the shackles of slavery, the shackles of begging, the shackles of I beg. So that you can use your money. Any money you make, you can use that to grow yourself. Maybe for your own children that are coming. That should be the prayer. Unfortunately, they say, you know, your friends will beg, they will come and beg you for food. Can you even believe that? I think that's why they deleted the video. See it for the last time. They may report my broadcast because of this video. Because they've never really deleted any of Baba Adeboye's video. But surprisingly, they deleted this one. Because the prayer no makes sense, Baba. Gio.
For this time next year, your colleagues will be coming to you for food. They'll be coming to you for refreshment. You know, in every family, there is somebody they call the go-to person. Somebody you go to when you have a problem. Somebody you go to when you have a need. I decree that in your family, you'll be the go-to person.
I do owe my sisters now. You know, that kind of a New Year resolution. I don't go call all of them and say, come, what would you like to do going forward? How do you want me to help you and support you in 2024 so that you can do things on your own and I can save the rest of my pennies? Maybe. So it's not an easy responsibility. What cost you go 1,000 pounds? That's as worse as your naira has become today, as devalued as it has become. Where they do big man with 200 pounds, 300 pounds every month. Then 1,500 pounds, 2,000 pounds in some cases. Baba. But guess what? Even though I know they go into debt doing them anymore. Sure you get. I just gave myself some common sense. You understand? Nobody can take anybody out of poverty. You cannot take your family out of poverty. You can't. Especially, if they do not have the will to leave everything that naturally has been placed in Nigeria, everything that is there, conditioning them to be poor, except they are ready to leave it. You know what's going to happen to you if you don't give yourself any sense? And you feel big because you don't go say amen to the Adeboye prayer or maybe now another pastor prayer. Today you are somewhere. You are still kind of trying to get it together. But nevertheless, black taxes from Nigeria, they continue to render you partially poor, struggling, but you are thanking God. Alpha, Maiyegun, we are thanking God because you are still paying the bill, but you are supposed to be bigger than that. Yeah? So I'm just saying, you know, maybe I shouldn't even say it, but a lot of people have said that don't give your money to this, don't give your money to that, because you cannot lift anybody out of poverty. No, you can't. You will only end up in that poverty yourself. I kind of need that advice myself too. Say, Maiyegun, you also need that advice. I know, I do. But that's actually what I'm saying too. Like, we all need that advice. All of us, being honest with ourselves. You cannot lift anybody out of poverty who is not ready to live that poverty. And poverty is something that started from here. And average Nigerians are placed in a sort of a mindset that he knows his limitation. He can't dream big. He knows his limitation. That kind of system is why we said the system must go. I mean, the system where they catch you, say you they sell igbo, you they sell drug. They can't say, what would you want the government to do for you? You say, make government just forgive you if they know that you are innocent. Okay? So they should let you go and let you go back to go and do your work. What kind of work do you do? Buying and selling. I mean, selling what? The one in Nigeria will take propoye. Everything will take propoye.
What you want me government do for you now as you suffer like this?
Please let the government take proper care investigation about the allegation that against on me. That I'm innocent. If they find me guilty, they can do whatever I like. But if I'm innocent, they will free me to go and do my work, please.
Okay, now what you want me government do for you be that?
I want them to free me, to leave me, to go back to my work, to go and do
Which work do they do?
I sell markets.
What's in the market?
I sell Indian.
What's in the Indian?
Igbo.
They sell Igbo. Now only Igbo you sell.
You the mad fire.
Yes.
Eyes. And what?
And crack.
And what you want me government can do for you? As they said those things now, where they catch you. What you want me government can do for you?
But help me, I no go sell them again.
You no go sell them again.
Sinikpe gboro ti di kropoye, everywhere ti propoye. Yes. Sinikpe gboro ti di kropoye, everywhere ti propoye. Yes.
Nigeria. But there's something about Nigeria and Nigerians that when the situation gets so bad, so worse, that your spirit is sort of broken. You know what I mean? Like when people say, oh, I'm just so depressed. Some people say they are so afraid to open the social media because they know between a minute or two they open that social media, all the terrible, horrible news about Nigeria will begin to kind of flash at them like that. And I'm just looking to buy hair cream. So which hair cream? Here, they don't kill 17 for Shokoto. They don't kill 35 for Kebi. Another 40 have been kidnapped from Kaduna. I just wanted to buy hair cream for my daughter. That's why I'm on social media. No. People are scared to open social media because of all this terrible, terrible news. But I'm going to put a smile on your face before we take calls tonight. And it's coming from these brilliant faces, these brilliant souls, right? Telling you about Igbo and why they are Igbos. I saw it online. I was like, I kind of love this. So beautiful, right? Right. Take a look.
Of course, I'm Maiyegun. Unlike your own calendar that has 7 days in a week, ours has 4 days. That is, Eke, Ori, and for Anko.
My in-laws will be coming back in the next Eke market days.
See? Of course, I'm Maiyegun. Where people are gathered, we don't say good morning, ma. Good morning, sir. We say Ndewo. Ndewo. Of course, I'm Maiyegun. We are the smartest tribe in the whole of Africa. 2 times 2 plus 2 minus 2 times 0. 0. Smart boy. Oh, I win Igbo.
Of course, I be Igbo. Whenever your wife put to bed, you must call your mother-in-law for Mugo. Hello, mommy. Me ma Mugo kwe nwa o. Ngwa bia Mugo o nwa ya oma. Hey. Hey.
Of course, I'm Maiyegun. Every name starts with Chi. Chidimma. Ma. Chinaza. Ma. Chidogo. I told you. Ma.
Of course, I'm from Igbo. Our parents don't have pet name for themselves. Rather, they eat the first child's name. Much. Get used to it.
It was like cracking, right? And Chinaza. Did you see Chinaza there? Chinaza is a girl. Chinaza is a girl's name in the real Igbo land. I'll leave the rest for all of you, okay? I'm going to go take, refill my cup. That means I am going to go make myself another cup of tea. And when I come back, the line is on your screen. You can phone in and also make your own contribution, okay? So this is me. And now you should remember, if you haven't really liked this broadcast, you should try and like it. Now, when I come back, we will take calls going forward. So thank you very much, everyone. And then I actually have a caller that has been waiting. Hello there.
Hello.
I thought I lost you, by the way, but I'm glad you are still there. The African Wahala. How are you, Baba?
I'm doing very well, my brother. Thank you so much. I wouldn't leave, man, because it's very difficult to call in, and it's always a pleasure and an honor to be able to speak on the Temple of Truth.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you for all what you do, brother.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about two topics. Adeboye, the prayer, asking people to say amen to being the go-to person in their family for help. We need to understand the psychological games that these politicians and these religious leaders use on us. Not just the politicians and the religious rulers, but also the traditional rulers. They use the same games of keeping us mentally subservient. They require us to worship them almost. And if this prayer is not enough evidence for people to see this, then it'll be difficult for them to see it in their lives. Because now, Adeboye and all those types of pastors in that capacity, they are telling us, well, I'm not one of their followers, but you guys that follow them, they are telling you that they love it when you come to them to rescue you from your sorrows and your pain and your poverty. They love it when they are the go-to persons for your problems. And in exchange for them having a psychological control over you, they are making money from you. Because in the religious sense, you are giving them your money in offerings and tithes. You are constantly contributing money to them. That does absolutely nothing for you. Please use this as one of the evidences to know that these so-called elites, whether it's religious, political, or traditional, that you follow, they don't care about you. They need you to remain poor so that they can continue thriving. Thank you for that opportunity. Let me go to the second topic.
Yes, please.
The resident of Abuja, Chinaza, that was paraded. Without a doubt, I believe Chinaza was a kidnapper, because this is how it works in Abuja. For people that are familiar, I mean, if you're around the central part of Abuja, from Wuse to Berga, to Nikon, to Otako, to Life Camp, if you're taking the bus from Wuse Market and you go through Nikon Junction, you go through Zuba, all the way to Zuba. There are lots of kidnappers and one chances that operate on those routes. Very, very common. And these people are mostly from all different ethnic groups in the country. Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, it doesn't matter. But when you're talking about the kidnappers that are operating around Buhari, LGA, around Zuba, around Kwali, close to the Lokoja Expressway, those are the Fulani terrorists. So when these criminal lying police institutions come out with a press statement that Chinaza is the head of the kidnappers, they are intentionally trying to confuse you. He is not. The real notorious kingpins, and thank you, Maiyegun, for showing us those videos of what they look like. We know what they look like. These are the guys hiding in the bushes, close to Buhari, close to the Nigerian law school, between the borders of FCT, Niger State, and Nassarawa State. So don't be deceived. Do not fall victim to the propaganda of the institutions in Nigeria, including the police. They are lying to you. Chinaza was probably a kidnapper. Without a doubt, he deserves the highest level of punishment if he was. But don't let that propaganda deceive you from those ones that went to that compound 2 weeks ago and kidnapped 2 families. They are different terror groups. Thank you, Maiyegun.
Thank you very much. The African Wahala, God bless you. I have another caller on the line as well. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Maiyegun. This Kalu from England again called in yesterday.
Brilliant. Kalu.
Yeah.
Please, sir.
Thank you for all you do, and thank you for your submissions. Obviously, I just enjoy watching you because I'm very, very interested in what is going on in the country. And what I'll say is, my final take on this is just that Nigeria is like a lease. If you live in the UK, you lease a house, and you as a tenant, you're supposed to manage it. So the political actors in Nigeria are managing the lease. The owners of the lease tell them what to do. You are not supposed to do, you cannot change what is there, because when you're leaving the property, they will tell you to replace it to back what it was. And the political people and the political actors in Nigeria know that when the owners of Nigeria come, they will tell them, when we give you this lease in 1960, you were supposed to only maintain, not to develop.
Just to maintain.
You're supposed to pay us rent. You're supposed to pay us rent. However you go about getting the money to pay us rent, we don't care. And that is why the political actors do.
Yeah, no wonder in Nigeria, they have been managing poverty, managing terrorism, not really fighting them.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It basically says, if you read a lease agreement in Europe, anywhere in Europe, when you rent the property, the landlord will tell you, this is the state of the property. You stay after 5 years or 6 years when you're leaving, they will go back and look at the state of the property and tell you the paint on this side is not due to wear and tear. This paint is because you scratched it. So you will repay the paint, and we decide we're going to pay you back your deposit after repairing everything. So as Nigeria is, if you look at it from outside from that concept, you understand that Nigeria is like a lease. It was given to a people to manage. And those people have to use force. That's why you have police force. Where police force was not enough, they bring in the army. Where the army was not enough, they bring in the air force. And where it's not enough, they bring in the tout. And all they are doing is to keep what? Suppressing the system so that it maintains that management. You do not repair something you're managing. You only make money out of it and pay rent. That is basically what I take out of it.
So that is why Nigeria is receiving locomotive trains that China stopped using in the 80s.
Because you're not supposed to add value to something you're managing. Wow. It is not your property. The owner said, use it to wear and tear. Basically, it should depreciate, not to appreciate.
And depreciates it is right now.
And from 1960, look at it, it has been depreciated. That is why people like you that want the country to break up, people like Nnamdi Kanu, Sowore, all that people that say, they will never make it to power. Because the original agreement was not for the asset to appreciate. It's for the asset to depreciate.
That's deep.
Because the moment you appreciate, that means you that is managing have equity in the asset.
That's right. The value of the citizens also increases and appreciates.
Increases. That means you begin to know your self-worth. And if you know your self-worth, then you begin to challenge the status quo. You begin to want to buy the property. No, they don't want you to buy the property. They only want you to use it to wear and tear until the point where it can become useless. Then they will move to the next location.
Wow. That one is deep. Kalu, thank you so much. You just gave people redo tonight that is that looks so easy and simple to understand, but it is deeper once you understand it. You know what somebody said, right? Somebody said, if they explain Nigeria to you and you understand it, they did not explain it very well. You know that too, Kalu?
Yes, yes.
They said, because the moment you understand Nigeria, you will agree that it shouldn't even never have existed.
Why? No, let's be honest. You live in Scotland. What is the population of Scotland?
Just about
are they more than the southwestern states in Nigeria?
I mean, we are not more than Ogun State. What are you talking about, man? We are just 6 million in Scotland. We are just actually 5.8 to 5.9 million. All right. That's the population of Ogun State.
Let's not go too far. If you read the UK Constitution, you find out that even Cornwall was regarded as a separate Cornish. They have Cornish. Cornish is less than 1 million.
I know.
And they treat them separately. So, if you can give those people right, why can't you give the Nigeria as a whole entity, more than half of Europe, a right? That's what I tell you. It's just they were giving. That's why if you go and look at sometimes when I finish watching you guys and watching what you're doing, I went back and look at the 1960 independence handover. It's in black and white. Look at the whole thing. He was just telling you know what, you guys manage this thing for us. Keep paying us royalty. Thank you. A simple example is royalty. Like the videos you're making now, YouTube will pay you royalty. But YouTube cannot change your video.
No.
That is how Nigeria is.
I mean, why me too? I cannot go out of board of whatever YouTube says too. They can shut it down.
Thank
too.
you.
That's kind of like a control.
Thank you. You don't. There's nothing else you can do.
And that's even more scary, Kalu. This scenario we just painted just now. Okay, we call this place platform, and the platform is supposedly to be owned by me, right?
Yes.
But the bigger platform is controlled by the YouTube, Google, and the rest of them. That no matter how big I think I might be as a platform, they can just close it with just a single click. And all that big will be gone in a second. And if you now paint Nigeria like that, that's scary.
Yes, because for example, let me tell you one thing. Maiyegun, let's not go too far. Americans got independence, right?
That's right.
And that is why they have first, second, and third amendment, right?
That's right.
Thank you. Nigeria got independence. Go and read. How many times have any Nigerian, since you've been reading history of Nigeria, they opened the document to show you what was written in that document of independence?
Never.
Because it is a lease agreement. Oga, we could not take this, we could just hand over, say for paper, or hand over to owner. But when I know, say, no add value to this thing. The oil we don't discover, we could not pay royalty. It's just simple, exact the same. That is why no matter how you try to break Nigeria,
let me take
always
another
find
one,
a way.
Kalu. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, right? Because what you just described there is neo-colonialism, right? And it is real and alive. Well, I appreciate, Baba. Ma, take another one. Okay. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
God bless you,
Take care. Bye.
That's Kalu calling from England. And here is Elder Kinola. Is that you?
It's me, General.
How are you today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank God it's what they call it. Thank God it's Friday.
It is TGIF. Thank God it's sir. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity for today. So I've not actually been on for nearly a week now.
Oh, what happened? Is everything all right?
It's of course travel, work, and all the rest of it. So, but I'm happy that I'm back home and all that. I know of one of my page was that group I belong to, secondary school, I will say. I remember when I used to talk about this issue of kidnapping and the rest of it. And it's always about, oh, you are exaggerating, it's fear mongering. One will offer me that if you come to Nigeria, we'll pick you up at the airport. Nigeria is peaceful and all that. And today, as they all were shouting about kidnapping here and there, my response is that this is a fake news. No one is kidnapping anyone in Nigeria. Nigeria is very safe. We should stop fear mongering. Please, everyone should go about his or our normal businesses. This is the reality.
They should just stop giving Tifnubu bad name. Nigeria is safe. I've read that, I mean, everywhere. And I'm like, come on, this is serious.
You know, I was talking with a politician the other day in Nigeria. And I was like, do we not have people in the executive power or legislative arm that is using their brain, in essence? You know, we have a security architecture in the country where everybody is afraid who is going to break out of Nigeria. Then they will take a Yoruba policeman and send him to Sokoto, where he has no clue about the language the people are speaking. They will bring an Igbo man to somewhere else. Why can't all the police go to their local government, to their town, where they can have the connection with the people? People can tell them about the security issue that is going on in their area. And because of the emotional connection, they can take their job more serious, first of all. You know, but the fear that, oh, if we start doing that, there's some part of Nigeria will break because they will break from Nigeria. We are fearing what other people will do to Nigeria. This fake country has to be kept together by all means, which is why we are feeling security in a security issue, in essence. The second thing I've also mentioned, you know, you look at the situation in America. When America got independent, the British loyalists were going to villages and they were killing people, terrorizing them. And the American government knew they could not respond fast enough when all this terrorism are happening. They had to propose Second Amendment, where everybody is allowed to carry gun to defend themselves. Why can't we be given such opportunity to defend ourselves in Nigeria when it is clear and obvious that security has failed? The police cannot protect you. Why should government leave our security in the hands of kidnapper as against giving the people opportunity to defend themselves? If kidnapper knows that I'm going to that house and nearly 4 or 5 people will have gone to load me with hot lead, they will think twice before they enter and to start picking people up. They will think twice. Nobody wants to die. Even kidnapper don't want to die. If you
want to die, I know.
You know, you capture them, they will say, "Oh my God, Mohammed, come and save me."
You will see some of them crying. You say, "So you're not a strong man."
And this is the issue, because I saw one the other day that was caught in Akure with he had carried one child like that inside a bag, and he was caught.
Kidnap a child.
And they were beating him, and they said they want to take him to police. I said, this is a guy you're supposed to put tire in his neck and just burn the nonsense. You're taking him to police.
Some level of jungle justice, right?
Yes. Gani said, in a state of lawlessness, it's very unlawful to be law-abiding. Why will I not support lawless jungle justice?
Right. Now you just quoted the Bible of the revolutionaries there, like in a state of lawlessness, it is a crime to be lawful. It is unlawful to be lawful.
It's unlawful to be law-abiding.
It is unlawful to be law-abiding in a state of lawlessness.
You look at the OPC capture this guy the other time during Buhari regime. What is his name? One Fulani guy that was raping people in Oyo. And you took him to the police station. The police arrested all the OPC people and left this is it Turaji or whatever his name was.
In fact, I can't remember the name as well, but I remember the scenario. Yeah.
In fact,
it was actually the leader of the kidnapping ring in that taxis too.
It was taken to the hospital, got very nice treatment, and I don't know if they give him some time to go home and pass, so that he can prepare for the next kidnapping. In that kind of situation, why bother take anybody to police anymore? Put fire, as long as you are 100% sure, because in this guy, they caught him with a bag, and human being was inside the bag. So what evidence do you need to burn that kind of guy? I support jungle justice in that situation. It's only when you're not sure that you say, okay, maybe I may be wrong.
I just don't like it because 99% of the time, right? They are mostly, like you said now, the one they saw physically and all of that kind of thing, right? But 99% of the time, the jungle justice is mostly jungle justice. They are wrong. You know what I mean?
This Fulani guy was caught with this guy.
I get that now, but that's the reason why I don't kind of like any kind of violence that way. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
Somebody shared their story, right? They had a trauma of this, okay? So it was like they were shouting, "Ole, ole, 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 ole," and the ole was shouting, "Ole, ole, ole," and this guy who just saw everybody running towards him, started running, and before you know it, he became the only person everybody is chasing, and they killed him.
That is wrong, Maiyegun.
No, but in this case, that's kind of traumatic things for others. But again, Baba, I'll be from Nigeria. Here you get, and in some no camera, no light, no nothing. I'll probably agree with you. You understand?
These people are in the bush. The people are seeing them every day, and they are doing all this to people, raping people, and at times they get caught. Take them to police. Police release them. They do nothing. They do nothing. So the people have to take their fate into their hand and make sure they protect themselves. There is no country, or if everybody believes he's from Nigeria, you're deceiving yourself. There is no country. It's like the guy described it in the last caller. This is a lease to some black colonial master for them to make money and their white counterpart to continue to make money. And if you believe you have a country and you are a proud Nigerian, I pledge Nigeria to my country to be faithful and loyal, you're deceiving yourself. There is no country. So this is what I got. I don't want to take too much. Thank you very much, General. Thank you.
God bless you. You have a good one, and have some rest as well. Enjoy it while it lasts, because you soon hit the road again, I believe. So
thank you very much.
You have a good one, okay? Yeah, that's the caller there. I do have another caller as well. Here. Hello.
Oh, Mr. Maiyegun, good evening, sir.
How are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm very well.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, well, we are on it again. It's good that let's thank God that we are still one of them who is alive today to be able to witness, bad or good, what is going on. At least we can talk about it and then, try to console ourselves. And yes. The thing is that in Nigeria, even the current government, the head of the so-called head of the government that's currently there, he knows the truth. Yes, because from the grassroots, they say the government next to the people, the most important government, that all the officials from that stage, from that level, if they are not competent, if they are incorruptible and all, that will determine, what Nigeria will become in the bigger, bigger view. So, because from the local magistrate court, of course, they are not competent. They don't show this professionalism. The local council officer who monitors the hygiene of the local booker, or where things are sold to to people and all.
They used to have that in Nigeria. They called them the wole back then. A lot of us don't even understand. We didn't appreciate that back then.
Yes, we didn't appreciate it.
Hygiene of the people and all of that.
Yes. This is the government. This is the governance to people. If you don't uphold all these sectors, all these things, of course, that means you've messed up with the foundation. Nothing is going to work. At the top to down is not going to work. The presidency is just there. It's a figurehead, right? It can't do any. There's no impact that this presidency can make.
Anyone who really
on
has
people,
a plan
right?
for Nigeria must make it what? Bottom-up plan, not like a top to bottom.
Yes.
Like Bokwari would say.
Yes, bottom up. Like you've just said. So, and then it starts from nursery school, primary school, the way we teach our children, right? Enito more way, you way way, now you know book, or you way you pass, now you know book. That is not the way out. You need to be able to.
Child will bring money come house. Parent go praise.
Is the successful one, right? All this slogan is not the right way, right? We need to start from the cradle, from the charity begins at home. What we teach our children, everybody, it matters. But in Nigeria, for the past 30 years, this has changed. Is not the way it used to be. When I was growing in the early 80s, late 80s, 90s, and so on, it has all messed up. One guy was talking about yesterday, the white guy who is invigilating, conducting these invigilators and whatever. Exactly. When I was in high school, I'm from Houston State. I know exactly what this guy meant. Yeah. We all contribute to all this, this crap.
You are already compromised, and then you want to fix a compromised system. Darkness can never fight darkness. Corruption can never fight corruption. And the society at large, that is producing such populace will always be like Nigeria that we have. Of course, it's sad.
Mama, it won't work. Tinubu know all this. Yeah, Tinubu has a good advisors. They know, look, this country, the way you think, say, a corrupt guy already, they know that. That's the reason why this kind of people was able to
just take your own, because you are also corrupt. So how do you want to fight others? I get that.
So so much, so this is the way we should look into this, think about it, and I know we are all trying our best.
Quickly back you up on something as well, right? You see, that is why when people said character, integrity, morality, they actually really matter. And these are qualities that if you see in humans, you can tell that they will make good leaders too. Sure, you get. So if we can teach the children like you advised, I've been hearing this forever, but unfortunately, it keeps going worse and worse and worse and worse. You get? If I take anything when I was a little boy, this was probably like, let's say 30 years ago, right? So if I take anything home, I would have to tell my mom where I got it from. You get that? Like when I was growing up, like you said too, like in the 80s, 90s and all of that, right? as spoiled as some of them told us. You remember when we were growing, they told us that we were spoiled. All of you are spoiled. Nigeria is better now. You're not spoiled. Look at you. Come here. You know that time, eh? They were telling us that we were spoiled. But guess what? We still remember some little ethics. Like if you have something that you can't explain, do not let your parents see it.
Never.
But today,
yes.
You want to say
today,
something? How what? Go on.
Yes. I want to say that I personally I grew up with my grandparents. You see,
right?
Because I have a mixed race. I mean, mixed parents. You know, part of a white and a black. So, but I was lucky.
So you have to stay with grandma for a while. I see.
Yes. I was lucky enough. My dad took me home, and I grew up, in Osun State, where I'm so proud of that place. I'm
imagine. So you're one of those generation, right? You're one of those generation. They will say, let him grow up in Nigeria to learn something before going back to his mother's country. You are one of those, right?
Yes. So you won't, so you won't believe
you can do that for your own children now and say, I will teach these children. I'm taking them to Osun to go and grow up in Nigeria. Then I'll bring them back. Can you do it now to your own children?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's only if you are talking, Yeah. So you can feel. Yes, you can feel how I felt when Gbadebo or the Lagos, when they started saying, "Oh, he's not a Yoruba man," I felt so bad. Oh my God, what about me? My dad is a Yoruba man. My mom is from you. So these people they are so caliber. I know that Yoruba people are not like that. Me, I know from my grandpa. My grandpa took the independence of Nigeria. They went to London together with Awolowos and them. So I know all these things. My grandpa never said anything about Yoruba being bigot or something. My grandpa is a liberal party. He won he won his constituency, liberal, on his own, and he won it. And then he was the honorable of our whole area for for so many years. So I don't know where this Yoruba people, and then my grandpa told me. Yes, my grandpa told. My grandpa told me about Akintola them days. When wet here, and after then during the 80s. So I know we have these elements where they've rippled down to Tinubu them, and then and so on, and then this Tinubu is an opportunist because he's not an aristocrat at all. It's just one of those people who can even point where's your daddy's house, somebody who is just so we Yorubas are not proud of that. I hope that, and I hopefully Yoruba will wake up and then understand what's going on. Although I know that Agbero is all his supporters anyway, so Agberos are one kind of set of class of people.
Like that, they don't represent the Yorubas, even though they are forcing it, and that's why they can
that's why
say anyone who doesn't support Tinubu is someone.
How
many are you?
That's why they spend. So much money. So much money to buy the game. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Okay, you have a good one, sir. Right? Indeed. I love what he said, okay? Like, if you put all the numbers together, you will know that they are not even like they are. Well, you know something, right? When you have that power and the money, right? And the way Nigeria is kind of, set up, okay? People like those, people like Tinubu and criminals like him, they are Lord of the Manors, okay? So, let's say Nigeria gave it to them. But they don't speak for the Yorubas. I can tell you that 100%. And those chancers who are also wearing agbada around him, okay? Shameless old gangs, young and older among them, shameless old fools, right? Yoruba land is what it is today because of the greed of these selfish people. But they don't care as long as the bill is being, as long as the check is being signed. And Kole is good at that. Here is another caller on the line. Hello there. Can you hear me or have I lost you? I think I have lost that caller, so I'll just take another one. Sorry, I lost you. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening from here.
Good evening to you. How are you, sir?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Some extent, I agree with the guy from London that said something about independence, and so because those white guys are no more there. The black is killing the black. We are killing ourselves, you know. And then he played the clip from Abuja.
On them.
Yeah, we can. Black and white. They can. People can reason. They can say this is wrong and this is right. This is what they need in Nigeria now. Although Nigeria is not a country for me, I never believe in Nigeria because Nigeria have not given me anything. I have not gotten anything since my life. I'm 48 years today, but I don't have anything benefit from Nigeria. I have not benefited anything. So, and likewise, many people. You see people 62, many people 70. They have not benefited anything from Nigeria. So I agree with him to an extent because the white men they are no more there. The oil is in your territory. The gold is in your territory. Everything is in your territory. Why should you now activate a criminal act? Because many are they are not honest, you know. They are wicked, like Abacha said. Although Abacha was also bad on his own way, but he said something. He analyzed Nigerian politicians. When they bring something that will benefit them, they don't care about the unity. They don't care about anybody. They don't care even the next person that is going to be hurt is from his own village. He don't care. Once that thing benefits his political ambition, Abacha said it there. So we cannot continue. We cannot continue. We don't need this paper. We don't need this. We don't want to see this contract because now the world is moving ahead of Nigeria. So we can now follow up, or we finish there. Nigeria is not a country. Last time I tried to call in. Somebody said about what they call it, Nnamdi Kanu has what is man, this CBN, former CBN, deputy CBN governor, Dr. Malatia. Obadaya, you know, he said that when these guys finish in the villages, they will come to the city, and this is exactly what is happening. And these politicians, they know all these things. They know all these things. But now they are showing us Chinaza, Phillips, Williams, just to water it. So people and Nigerians are still. I don't want to use this word stupid. We are already tired of this thing. So any way, in other way around, anywhere belly face. So any news you brought to them, they will come down with it and they flow. So now this thing is now to water the armed,
to distract the people, of course.
So distract the people because the people coming to a state to keep, this guy cannot come to a whole estate to pick people in their homes, 1, 2, 3, 4 families, you know, and you're telling me that he's staying with this spray barreta. Nay, these guys are they know the people that are coming, and this one in Nassarawa, because Nassarawa is they don't understand what is going on in Nassarawa. Nassarawa is very close to Abuja. Nassarawa is the next hit to Abuja. That's why it's just American and Cuba, and Russia is getting this. So it's just like that. Let me say, Nassarawa is just like Ukraine and Russia. We don't want you to build the defense there. So Nassarawa is now, Abuja is now porous in terms of security. So Nassarawa is very close to Abuja. Some people lived in Nassarawa, working in Abuja. So for them. And for them to get Nassarawa, Abuja is in their arm. So this thing they are doing, politics and no politics, people are trying to benefit money.
You know, the information is even like, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame, honestly speaking, right?
Yeah.
So the information said this guy was arrested by the Kaduna police. Okay.
Kaduna is 2 hours away from Kaduna.
You know what I mean?
Kaduna is 2 hours away from Abuja. If you're making 120,
yeah,
120 kilometers.
2 hours from Kaduna to Abuja.
Yeah, if you're making 120 kilometers.
They can't say details later. So that they can give room for all the speculation, all of the what do you call it, misinformation and the rest of that. Afterward, they will now come back with absolute different story. And they will say, but they didn't say that now. It's just the media that said it. But the damage is
Maiyegun, they are bringing this thing in. They are bringing this into to buy time to establish what they want to establish in Nassarawa. So the people will now look at, they will not create an enmity between the hustlers that bears that name, and also then the hustlers that bear that, the people that are doing this. I'm not saying that
And
this guy is not a criminal.
fast, though. You know what they do, right? Let me tell you something. During their Charade campaign, right? There was actually somebody who said it was Peter Obi that drove the soldiers that killed Sadauna.
How old was Peter Obi then? How old was he that time?
You are asking that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Now you laugh, even when you hear that, you laugh, Abi. Guess what? They were using that same thing in the interior part of the Sharia North, telling the people that, you remember that Sadauna? That Sadauna?
Yeah, they were telling
people that. As ridiculous as it sounded, they told those people inside those villages, right? And that is why I'm like, this Chinaza all of you, they can begin to say, we thought they were Fulanis, they are Igbos. Some people will then, like you said, anyone with that name becomes their target.
Immediately, anywhere. They only want to buy time. You know, you saw what they launched. They launched Fulani militants, military vigilante in Nassarawa. They are close to. Yesterday, somebody said that Tinubu is moving to Lagos. Tinubu is moving to Lagos. It's a tip. That guy just summarized everything. The plan of Tinubu. He just exposed Tinubu's plan. Tinubu is moving to Lagos. He's taking everything. He's taking everything to Lagos. Because Abuja has collapsed. They have collapsed Abuja already, and
so you see conspiracy as well. Like there is an intentional.
I'm telling you,
like they intentionally want to allow the terrorists to invade Abuja and make it unsafe.
Yes,
then they can say,
if you paid attention during tribunal and election, did we hear any terrorist attack or bandit attack? No, because they don't know where they stood. They don't know their stand that time. And my Gumi said something. Gumi said something that time. And that time, Gumi was quiet after saying, vote for the people that will protect us and not the people that are going to kill our men in the bush. But after, when the tribunal was hot, the whole Nigerians were pressuring the tribunal. Gumi never said any single word. Pantami never said any single word. But this kidnappers, Pantami is coming. They are reinforcing. They don't want Tinubu. They want to make the same thing they did to because they wanted Tinubu to die. Right? Tinubu faked them during election, and they are now saying that this man is healthy. This man is not going to die very soon. And the second in command. The power is not coming, so the only power they have is these terrorists. To push them again. You see, kidnapping every day. But you see, so now they want to push Tinubu away and push intel of Tinubu. Tinubu knows it. So he knows he's more intelligent and smarter than them, because they are not smart, because all their elites, their eyes on their what to steal and deceive their people to fight for them with religious and ethnic bigots. So now they want to put Tinubu away there, but Tinubu will not give up. Tinubu he will stand in Lagos to control them. They will be killing small people the way they did during Jonathan. And when this guy, what they call Ihejirika, now was killing them like flies. You remember during the election.
Out and get him out. I remember.
You see. So all these things now, they're playing politics with Nigerians' life. Those issues that let one journalist go to Gowon and ask him, why did you turn down Aburi agreement? He's still alive. So anything Gowon said, now we now believe that the Westerners are still in Nigeria. But for now, killing Nigerians inside Nigerian soil, are telling me that we are going to blame with the Westerners. No, it's not. Nigeria is not a country. Thank you so much, boy.
Thanks a lot. Okay, you
thank you. Bye bye.
Open another, like others too, right? You've kind of opened another talking points on this whole issue, another perspective entirely. So thank you. I will take another one now. So I have another caller. I don't know if I got you. Did I get you? Hello. No, I didn't. So I'll leave it at that. So again, if you want to take a 1 minute break, okay, to get the video before my caller says I, as it is now, just like that. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening. Calling from Sweden.
Good evening to you, sir. Your name, do you mind?
AGKME is my name.
AGKME. God bless you.
Name.
Please.
Yeah, Maiyegun, concerning what is going on in Nigeria, the little I can contribute is this. I've been home, and I'm from Anambra State.
Bless you.
So, the little I can contribute is this. I drove from Anambra to Owerri, and I can give you this for free. A lot of checking points. Both the army, both police. Everyone is on the road. But could you believe that I drove to Owerri? Nobody, no police, no army, nobody asked me, what is your name? Where are you going to? What do you have in your boot? The only thing they are concerned is the money they can get from me.
Wow.
Is the money. And to make it even worse, I drove again from Anambra to Enugu. Maiyegun, on my going and on my coming back. Nobody, no police, no army, nobody asked me, what is your name? Where are you going? Do you even have driving license?
And they actually, when you approach checkpoint, you have to slow down, communicate with the officer. So there's not really much communication. It's just about, Oga.
It's just about money.
Wow.
It's just about give me, what do you have in your hand?
So even if you have somebody or even children that you tied up and then a gag and they are in your boots.
Nobody look at it. Nobody look at it. Nobody look at it. Nobody look at it.
And thousands of cars are passing.
Thousands of, even my brother, I got in a point. When I have to, there was a lot of traffic. I have to talk to the policeman. I said, please, can you release this traffic? It's too much. They were just arguing for 1,500 or amount. There was a lot of traffic. So even if I have anybody tied in my car, believe me, it's a free ride.
It is a free ride.
Yeah, wow. It's a free ride. So my question is this: what are those people doing on the roads? What are they doing? This is Nigerian for everybody. What are they doing? But I can tell you, in my mind, I felt that those police and the army that on the road, they are doing account with one politician have bought this things you see. They are doing account for that politician every month or every day or whatever.
For the type of amount of money they kind of take from people.
Because it's not normal. It's not normal.
Like they do it with impunity. Sir,
yes.
Back in the days, right? If you want to give police officer money, you have to hide it. He also had to hide and take it like that. As a bribe. Sometimes they will tell you to go and down from your car, go and drop the money under that tree. Walk straight down and drop the money there. But these days, they just put the hand out like that. Where is it? If you need change, police officer go, they put an inside pocket, they give you change.
Yes, it happened. This one you said, it happened.
Hey.
It happens that I tell, we don't have small money. He said, give me the one you have, we'll give you change.
We'll give you change, exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So what I felt is that these people, they are doing account to one politician.
They must be.
Yes. It's not normal. It's not normal at all. You see those things.
Nigeria is not normal.
So it's a terrible. I don't know. It's a terrible situation. If you just travel there and come back to wherever you are, You just kneel down and thank God.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be so thankful to God and say, finally, when I went for my mom's burial, right? I saw a lot. My 2 eyes saw shaggy. Okay? But you know something? There is this feeling when you clear their immigration and all of that, you are seated inside that plane and you are waiting for the plane to start and taxi. Then everybody is settling down and all of that. Then while you are there, the plane starts and it starts taxiing like that. There is this different feeling like, you know what I mean? Like, wherever this is now headed, I am ready. Just take me out of this place, please. Just get me out of here. I just want to get out of here.
Our airport has become assemblies of the beggars. Yes. What I call it is assemblies of beggars. Our airport, especially Lagos Airport.
Everyone says it too, and the story is the same. The experience
is assemblies of beggars. Assemblies of beggars. They are begging from anything, my brother. Any assemblies of beggars. I ask myself, does it mean that those people are not paid for what they are doing?
I know, because most of the time they are not paid.
Oh, okay.
That
may be the case.
And you know one thing, that's another part of corruption of Nigeria. You get. You are not paid. Some of them are not paid for months, some for years, right? But they still put on the uniform and go to work, so that they can extort people like you, right? They take money from everybody, and they will tell you, don't report them now. You know, they also have family to care for now. Your mama, they work as immigration officer. She's not been paid for months, but she's paying your school fees, and you are not worried. We are talking about corrupt people. You said your mama gets small business. We know it's been a long time like that. That money is coming from people like you, passengers, that they can extort. Because it's true, they don't usually get paid. And wherever they get paid, the devalued money is almost valueless. So the next question is...
You need to see the faces of people there. You need to see the faces of people there.
The faces of corruption.
You need to see. You need to see. Maiyegun, thank you for this opportunity to talk to us this evening. And it's sad story in Nigeria. It's sad story.
And thanks so much for sharing that experience with us.
God bless you.
And you too. My regards to everyone over there. Thank you, sir. So that's Ejikeme there from Sweden. I think I've spoken to someone from Sweden before, but it's such a pleasure to have somebody from that part joining us again tonight. Okay. So let's take another one here. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I am good. This is Chike from Maryland, United States.
My other Chike from Maryland.
Yeah,
I've got one Chike from Canada. You know that?
Yeah, no, I do listen to you.
You must have mentioned his name, right? Good, Papa. How are you today?
I am good. And how are you doing, man?
I am very well. Thanks so much for asking, sir.
Yeah, this is my first time talking to you, man. I've been looking forward to connecting with you.
Thank you so much for not giving up. Others would have given up and say, you know what, I would never probably get through. So thank you so much. Right?
Sure, man.
So it's good to have you now.
I don't know what is going on in Nigeria. I don't even know where to start from. Man, I think about days when Nigeria was somehow good. I don't know if you remember Governor Mbakwe. That's my uncle.
Governor Mbakwe, of course.
Yeah.
And I think it's the time from the old Imo, by the way.
Yeah, old Imo. Yeah, that's correct. He was the first governor of Imo State, yeah.
Right, bless you. Because then they had to create, did they not create, is it Abia, Anambra or so from the same Imo eventually, right?
That's correct.
Because this
was
correct. A man, this was a man that actually ruled states.
Yes.
And you know what I remember about him?
Yes.
Do you know what I remember about him? Oweri, International Airport.
Yes.
He made like people actually contributed money. Locals, everybody, schools, hospitals, everybody, workers, to build the first international airport for the Eastern Nigeria. I mean, Nigeria never wanted to have it, but So sorry that I had to kind of say all of that. So I do know.
No, that's cool.
Go on, sir.
Very good. You know, so when he was governor, you know, that's when I knew what, you know, being a governor, you know, running a state was supposed to be. And since after that man died, or since he, you know, he got out of being the governor, I don't know what happened to Imo State. You know, I mean, we have never had a real governor. You know, so I'm going. What is going on in Nigeria?
Well,
Man,
you've got hope in Nemo, right? We in Ogun State, right? We used to have BC Odubanjo, just like the Lagosians used to have Lateef Jakonde.
Lateef Jakonde, Jim Nwobodo.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Jim Nwobodo. God bless you. So we had, those were men who actually built things. They were not perfect, though.
Yes.
But
no,
now we now have a dubious Dapo in Ogun State, and you have hopeless Uzotigba in Imo. Continue, sir.
So what happened to where did we go wrong to where, you know, people kill people, you step over dead bodies, you know, without, you know, it doesn't touch you anymore. Nothing, blood doesn't mean anything to any Nigerian anymore. Where did we get to that point? I don't, you know, I think about it every day. As somebody myself here, in 2018, I ran for office here in Maryland again. And, you know, white people they voted for me. I didn't win, but it was very close. I lost by 800 votes.
Wow.
So people, as a black man with an accent, people voted for me because of they listened to me, they agreed with my views. And in Nigeria, I cannot even run for office in Lagos because I am an Igbo man.
I know.
Kai.
I know.
Kai.
We saw it live.
You know, outside we say Kai.
I know.
Why did we get this wrong? So people vote for me in America, not born. But in my own country, I can't even run for office in Lagos. You know, if I'm close to winning, they will knock my houses down. You know, they will frustrate me and do everything to make sure that I cannot win.
Back to Anambra. It's as simple as that.
And I go back to Anambra or go back to Imo. But Maiyegun, I disagree with you on one thing, you know, about dividing the country.
Okay.
I am a Showore apologist. You know, Showore and I are good friends. Okay. I am Nnamdi Kanu apologist. I know what Nnamdi Kanu was trying to do. If we divide Nigeria and become Imo State, then he will put everything back together again. Because the important thing is for us to become an African. You know, that for Showore, for me, for Nnamdi Kanu, for
Africanist. I get it.
Exactly. That's the whole point. But how can I say divide Nigeria when my goal is to become an African?
I know.
You know, so I cannot agree to divide Nigeria.
I know.
And here's another thing. You, me, you know, all the Father to me, many other people that believe in this one Nigeria. Do you know that we are more than the people that want to divide Nigeria? We are. We are more than them, and we can stand against them. We can defeat them.
I see.
We just, you know, we just allow
need to put the head
few
together, align together,
exactly,
and then face them. But unfortunately, putting that head together, aligning together, is what has been.
That's what's embedding us. That's what we need. That's what we must do.
Right.
You know. So because we are more than them, we can beat
let me ask you this, Chike. What about the idea of a confederation where we used to have that kind of regional system of government? Like, you are a Pan-Africanist, okay? You don't support the breakup of Nigeria because, I mean, like, you want something that keeps the black, the the biggest black nation on now. There's something there significant. It's
exactly.
Not, even though they are doing everything to ruin that, or possibly even destroy that as we speak. Okay, but however, you as a Pan-Africanist, what about confederation, where every region run their things, and Nigeria is still there? Because that's also part of the option. No, breaking up of Nigeria is somehow kind of blunt, but at the same time, right? Literally, it's not always has to be like cut it straight away, because we know it may not be like that. So what's the idea of a confederation? How does that sound to you? Because this one is not working.
Well, that will work so long that's what we agreed upon. That will work. I don't mind doing just a little bit
on so many fronts. Then, Chike, do you see that?
Yeah.
Like I don't have to have my independence right away, even though I want it to right away. If the condition says let's start like this, okay, and then let's make sure that the constitution allow you to do that, so that those who want to break, those who want, for example, those who want Yoruba nation, and those who don't want it, right, they will be given equal opportunity to choose. Okay, but let it be legal and all of that stuff, right? That is for us to, like, we disagree to agree. We meet in the middle, as long as it is not this current one that is not working for us. You get that?
I agree. I can get to that point. Yes, I can.
You see that? You started your statement with Maiyegun, I'm going to disagree with you on something. Then I explained to you that that's fine, right? Now look at us.
Because
eventually, right?
But if we decide to break Nigeria the way many people want it to be broken, these same people that are ruling now will say return to Imo State. For instance, what's that former governor, Okorawasa? And this one that's there now, they are the same people. They're going to do exactly the same thing, if not even worse. To our people. So I would rather we fight them together in the middle. All of us that love Nigeria, we come together and fight these people. We can fight them to their knees. We can.
I like that. I like that. Like they say, if you can't beat them, you can join them. But your own theory is that if you can't beat them, call other people, more team together, and we can beat them. I like that.
Exactly.
It's also my theory too. Baba?
Yes, we can, and I know we can.
Thank you very much,
Achi. What? It's just how do we do this? Because there's a way we can do this.
There is, and we will get there. I do believe, Sha.
We will.
Yes.
We must. We don't have any other choice. We have to. We must do it.
Have to.
So I know there are many people that want to speak with you.
Know, it's because our time is so fast spent as well, right? We are coming to the end of the podcast too, so I wish we had more time. But thank you, though.
I have to have more time. I have to call you back at some point because I have an event that I want to, other people to know about that we're going to host next year. So I would like everybody to know about it. Because that little things like that will make us come together.
Yeah, I mean, then please, like, you never give up trying to call in, okay? Please do not give up on me, all right? Just keep trying.
No, absolutely
not. So that I have a chance again to speak to you. I know.
All right, me too. Bye-bye.
You have a good one, sir. So that's Chike right there. However, I'm taking my last call tonight.
One the number.
Osita, how are you?
You are the champion of champions.
Amen. My hype man is here. So, everybody should listen. Osita.
It's not by age. But I will have said you are ancient of days, but you are next to the ancient of days.
Well, thank you.
Because you always speak the truth. Yeah. I just wanted to say something as regards to the gaslighting that you saw today. The guy they called Chinaza.
About that story, no pure at all. I understand where it came from.
If you live in Lagos and you know how the Nigerian police, because if you really want to know how the Nigerian police they operate, it is those ones in Lagos that you use to quantify Nigerian police. That guy you're looking at is somebody they got from one of their cells and put a name on him so that they can parade and say everything about him that is the one that I'm telling you. I am not saying that there is
I'm even like I get you, right? Because that angle you are coming from is also so real. If you have been their victim before or you've seen their victims before, you will pray never to be. But in my own case is that whatever Chinaza or whatever name they give to him, whatever he did, they have 24 hours to tell us the truth, because this one details later. And whatever they want to cook more, it's just going to put them in more precarious situation.
Exactly. So
continue,
I just don't want people to get agitated,
right,
over an information that is false. We know Nigerian security operatives, how they operate. Their modus operandi is that they have to get the person before they start doing investigation. They never investigate before getting whosoever they are.
Before announcing what have you. It's only when they arrest, then they will do investigation.
So all these things they did was a stopgap, so that people will believe that they are actually fighting terror. But they are not fighting nothing. They are just a bunch of joke. Let me say something clearly here. Whether it's a game that Tinubu is playing or a game that Tinubu is not playing, every man loves his life, especially somebody, a criminal. When you catch a criminal, you will see the way a criminal will be begging. That person that you see that strangles somebody's neck and cut off his neck and chop off his neck, if you catch him, if you see the way he will be begging with all his life. Tinubu is afraid of how Abuja is set up. He is afraid of it, how Abuja is set up. No man will be in his shoes and not be afraid and say, please, let me do the same thing this ex-governor of Delta State, Ibori. Ibori did not live in Asaba for one day. He lived all in Warri. So what he does is to come to Asaba. If there's any visit or anything he needs to do in Asaba, he'll come to Asaba. After doing that thing, he moves back.
He'll go back again. That's what Tinubu is doing. He's living in his house in Abuja.
So that is what.
And he drives from his house. He drives from his own personal house. So then he drives to Aso Rock.
Yeah,
right?
that is what Tinubu is.
He's never slept in that place for a day yet.
Yeah, that is exactly what Tinubu is definitely going to do.
Right.
So let nobody paint anything. Let's sometimes when we come up here, let us speak in a layman's language where everybody will understand what we are saying. So that is why Tinubu is doing that. And to my dear brother, your uncle, the last speaker, his uncle is one of the greatest men that came from my state.
Chike was my last caller. Could you tell who Chike was?
Yeah, Dede Sam Mbakwe. He's a great man. That man never stole anything from anybody. I can stand by it.
That is true as well. Of course, now I get the record too.
That's the man.
He was one of
the next person you are going to talk about like that is Chief Latif Alaji Jakonde. I know his family one-on-one in Ilupeju.
And it's upstairs flat house in Ilupeju.
Upstairs flat house in Ilupeju.
Next to Ilupeju police station.
You know, asbestos ceiling. That is what that house is.
No POP, all these fancy houses you are seeing, you know.
Yeah.
Sure you get if you have seen Shomolu houses, can't see some level of cottage where they can't do like cottage and some not too much design or anything. It's like Shomolu houses in an estate. That's Jakonde's house.
At a time, the last time it was still Krita Hope. You know Krita Hope window and door. That's what it is.
I know.
That's to tell you that you know there, so it will let you know that I know what I'm talking about.
Olorunfunmi Street is our street in Ilupeju now. We have our own street in Ilupeju. So estate is just like a stroll. And Jakonde family too. His children, his sons and all that. They also come around in Ilupeju. They are friends with my own brother, my own senior brother.
You see, such men are very, very difficult to come by. People who do not respect money, but what they have is not pity on people, but what they have is compassion. There's a difference between compassion, being compassionate, and pity. That is the kind of men they are. But then I disagree with my dear brother. How long will something continue to happen to you and you have belief and you have that hope that Nigeria could be great? That Nigeria could be transformed into a country. That the contraction could be transformed into a country.
Having known what we know.
Yes. Did you ask about the creation and the vision of that thing called country, Nigeria? The creation was wrong and there was no vision. So, where are we going to get the togetherness from? In the year 2024, the Igbo man is seeing the Yoruba man as suspect. The Yoruba man is seeing the Igbo man as suspect. The Hausas, the people, all of them, everybody.
We don't trust ourselves. We are treating ourselves with, we have trust problem, trust issues, right?
We have trust issues.
We suspect ourselves every now and then. And so when are we going to come together?
So when are we going to come together? When the whole world is unifying. Countries are unifying, trying to get better with each other. But we, in our own contraption, we are not trusting each other.
No.
And you now think that, that it could change if we all come together. That was the mistake that happened when they were going for the independence.
That's right.
One of the things that Azikiwe did was, let's just go there so that we can get this independent, then we can now come back to the table.
And then we can now divide ourselves. Let's get the independence first as one.
But it was too late. When the British, they had it, they nodded their head. They said, okay, we'll box them to the corner that we want to box them to. At the end of the day, we got a parliamentary system of government that would have worked for us.
If not truncated.
But it was truncated. Then the next generation of leaders that came, which is the military, they now adopted the presidential system of government, and the British kept quiet. I was telling somebody, one day I was having a discussion with somebody, the reason that the British, they kept quiet was because they knew that the presidential system of government do not have the institutions that balance it up, that sums it up. They allowed Nigeria to fall into the presidential system of government.
It's like pressing, it's like pressing the what do you call it? Self-destructive button. They're like, okay, yeah, continue on that trajectory.
Continue on that dimension.
It is profitable to Britain, right?
The British allowed the crown jewel they have, because Nigeria was their greatest property as at that time. The most viable property that the British they had. They allowed us to move from parliamentary system of government to presidential system of government, where we do not have any institution, anyone we don't have, that makes up that presidential system of government. And one thing that people don't even understand about the presidential system of government of America, it is somehow still parliamentary. The only difference is that whosoever that is the governor or whosoever is the president don't come before the parliament. He has to be invited. That's just the only difference. But when you look at it, it is almost, because what parliamentary system of government gives to you is resource control. You able to govern yourself. The region governs themselves. And the states in America here, they govern themselves. The local government, the
counties. Is that not what you call your local government in America?
Yeah, the borough. In England, they call it borough. In America, they call it county.
In America, what do you call it? Counties.
Counties. They govern themselves. If you
meet a county sheriff, it's like a police commissioner.
Exactly.
Sheriff Adugbo, sheriff of this area, in America, is a powerful person, very powerful man.
And do you know the sweetest thing about it is that if you are a police officer in, let's say, in Atlanta Police Department, believe me, if another police officer from another county crosses around you, I mean, goes to the other neighboring county, he doesn't have the power to arrest anybody.
So you just have to call the sheriff of that county and tell them.
Yes, separation. That is separation of powers. So now a lot of people don't understand it. So how long are we going to keep dilly-dallying or say, Ejaka faramo, you go better,
Osita.
all those kind of slogans. How long can we continue? The only thing that if we that we should come, at the end of the day, when we come, it will result to go and collect your PVC. It will result to let us have election. And they will still do the same thing they are doing.
It again and
this
again.
is the kind of conversation they want us to be having. That we have
So we shouldn't be having conversation around their breakup. Let's talk about next election. Really?
And they don't want to listen to the conversation around break it up.
No.
My brother, that is where we stand. Break it up.
And there we will
I'm
remain.
telling you, when we break it up, it is something we've never tried before.
It is
Let
the
us
only
try
thing we
this
haven't
one.
tried.
When we break it up, I will see how hopeless Uzondinjo will arise again.
And control
We
him
will
states.
use him. Yes, we will use him as a lesson to other people.
So that they can know how to deal with their own criminals. I would love to see that. So that myself I go now go if I see Kolu like this, if I give like a road tornado, like what have you, like give her 500, remove like 32, we ain't carry if you still get any. Osita.
So thank you very much, my brother. God bless you.
And you too.
Keep it up.
You have a good one, okay? Osita, that's where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. I probably don't have to add anything. My time is really, really up. So thank you for spending your evening with me, okay? And thank you as well, right, for all the support. I think I say that all the time because I really mean it. I have to say thank you for everything. So I'm going to see you some other time. If you watch us from the midway or so, you can watch this from the start again, or if you have been here all night anyway, just like the broadcast, and meet me here again tomorrow. So, from Maiyegun to you, good night, too. And all have a wonderful weekend as well.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn lájú.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.